first of all, just give us a little short statement, and I know you want to welcome some particular people here.
Yeah, and also on my behalf from Munich, from the Munich side of BMW, welcome here tonight. It's a very special occasion for us here tonight, unveiling this very special car. Obviously, Daytona, beginning of the season, 24-hour race, the first one at the start of the season, very special for all of us. And I'm really glad that after the Raw, when we were definitely freezing a lot, it's a bit warmer here, so hopefully that is the setting, the stage for very nice and hopefully successful weekend for BMW.
And Victor, customer racing is so much a part of BMW's strategy here in North America. A few people that you want to say hello to this evening from that side of things?
Yes, thank you, John. Indeed, we have some people in the crowd tonight that I want to highlight and say hello to and thank you for racing with BMW. We have James Clay here with BMW World Racing. James, you decided to move to the GS category in the Conti Challenge with the all-new BMW M8 GTE, so you'll be racing in the BMW Endurance Challenge on Friday, and we thank you for that. So thanks for being here tonight. And Will Turner, some of you may have heard his name before. He's raced with BMW once or twice in the past. And as always, he'll be here representing the BMW colors with the BMW M6 GT3 Evo package in the GTD class of the Rolex 24 on Saturday. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Well, gentlemen, ladies, this is the moment you've been waiting for. A pleasure to have you here. There's an old adage that says, life is short, let's have dessert first. Let's show the sweet thing. And gentlemen, if you would, you might want to come around the front for photographs. I'll get out the way. This is your first opportunity to see the race livery of the 2018 BMW M8 GTE. This is the car that is challenging in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship and over at Le Mans as well. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 M8 GTE. You can clap if you wish while you're taking your photographs. A whooping and a hollering tonight, and thanks to IMSA for supporting what we've been doing here with BMW. I'm going to stand here so that you can still get some photographs. Jens, fourth model, this car, introduced into the US in the last 10 years. Seems like BMW is a very busy company. Give us a little bit of an overview of the 2018 racing plans, both here in the US and further afield.
I mean, obviously, as you said before, this is the M8 now, the fourth model that we are introducing here in the US and the debut here in Daytona. But apart from IMSA racing, we're obviously joining WEC, which starts in beginning of May over in Europe, back to Le Mans, which is a very important event for us this year as well, and obviously still deeply involved in DTM in Europe as well. So 24 hours Nürburgring, so still a lot of long distance races on our plan, and yeah, next door M4 GT4, a new car that we introduced as well. So definitely our guys in Munich have been busy over the last months, and we are really happy to have this new Challenger here, where definitely a lot of heart and soul went into over the last 2 years.
With the M8 GTE, clearly based on the M8 road car, street car, in the development phase, how much does the street car influence the race car, or can the racing department influence your colleagues at the road car side, because you need a little nip and a tuck here or something of that nature?
I mean, obviously this is a really special car for us because it's the very first time for BMW that we from the motorsport side have been able to get involved at a super early stage with the development of the production car, and we're actually racing the car now this weekend for the very first time on track, and the street model is only going to be in customer hands later in the year, so we are actually ahead of the street car. We have been in very close contact with our production car development colleagues and the M colleagues obviously, and it has been a kind of challenge for our engineers because a car in development on production side is kind of a moving target for you as a race car developer, because there are always some small changes and adjustments that are made, but obviously the street model is the clearly let's say a driving force. I mean, this is the car that needs to get ready for the customers, and obviously we were super happy that we had very good support from our colleagues, that we could get our hands onto one of the first chassis so that we could build the first prototype and everything. So it was really a hand-in-hand development, which was for us a really special occasion, and that the board trusted us to have this car as a race car out on track before the street model just shows that racing is absolutely in the DNA of BMW, and we're really proud of that.
And I think all of our automotive journalist colleagues will find out when they do finally get their hands on the new M8 and the rest of the new 8 Series, what a fantastic platform the street car has provided for the racing car. Victor, in addition to the M8 GTE here, we've got the new M4 GT4, a car that I watched race for the first time just over a year ago actually at Dubai in the 24-hour series there. That is 3 cars now that you've got here in North America, along with the M6 GTT and the M235 racing from the 235 Racing Cup car. You guys are spreading your wings quite nicely here in North America. How's the strategy going?
Well, things have changed quite a bit over the course of the past few years, particularly on the custom racing side of things. I think it's a combination of factors. First, the North American Racing Series decided to embrace global specifications of cars, like you just mentioned, GT3. As of now, SRO GT4 for the GS class of the Continental Tire Challenge, and that's created an opportunity. And BMW Motorsport also started to build and develop basically turnkey customer racing cars, and same thing, it created like that with the regulations, created this opportunity to be here. So we kicked things off here in the US about 2 years ago, about at the same time the M6 GT3 and the M235i Racing, so we kind of had bookends to our product lineup back then. And so now we're excited to be able to bring in the M4 GT4 as sort of an intermediate product in our vehicle lineup, I'm sorry. And it's especially important for us because it allows us to return to the GS class of the Conti Challenge. We've been out since 2015, if memory serves. We finished on the win with the old generation M3 and full line motorsport of Road Atlanta. So we got to pick up where we left off. The pressure, James. But it's we have a long history in this category, and so we're happy to be back. And we now need, like you were saying, to create basically a new model, a new strategy where we're trying to create partnerships with our customer teams so that we can provide everything they need to make the program successful on the technical side of things, on the marketing side of things, whatever we can do to help them.
You finished, in terms of the customer program, on a high note. Wins at Laguna Seca, Petit Le Mans, and that was after back-to-back victories at Watkins Glen and Mosport. How is BMW of North America using marketing around its racing program and the successes that you've had?
To me, this is pretty simple. I mean, I wasn't there, but I'm told that when BMW NA was founded in 1975, their first marketing program was to go racing. And this racing effort that we have kept ever since, particularly with a strong presence in IMSA for 40 plus years now, has been instrumental in positioning the ultimate driving machine tagline, in positioning the BMW brand, but not just that, also the M brand, and making the US market one of the largest actually, M vehicle market in the world. Every time we go out on track, we reinforce the ultimate driving machine tagline, whether on the work side of things with the M8 GTE from now on, or on the customer racing side of things. So this is a part of our communication strategy, and it will remain so. If anything, it will be amplified moving forward, because we have 2 new products, but on top of this, we have a new product first in racing form that will serve as the basis for the communication strategy of the 8 Series Coupe when it comes in. So it's really, like Jens said before, racing is part of our DNA, and we continue to use it in all of our strategy. We had last year, I think, something like 11 ads to promote the, leverage your wins is one thing, everybody does it, but promote the program. Still to this day, we attribute directly some of the sales that we do on the M vehicles to this racing program. It's essential to a lot of our customers, and that's why we need to not just continue to do it, but do more and more.
Jens, how important is racing in North America to BMW as a global concern?
Well, it's obviously very important because North America is the strongest and biggest M market, and this is really the M Motorsport program over here. And as we are launching later in the year the I Motorsport program, obviously with Formula E, it shows that we cover the bookends, but obviously the strongest M market is the US, and that's why this program is so important. And I mean, we have a 10-year relationship now with Team RLL, and Steve, thank you for really strengthening that all the time, and we've been successful here over years, and yeah, it's just really great for us, and our engineers and the guys at Rahal, they put so much effort into that new car, and I can definitely say from my side, this is the best GT BMW racer that we've ever built. It's the best powertrain, it's the best aero, it's everything really that we've learned over the last years went into that car, and I'm so proud of everybody who was deeply involved. And it was a few curveballs along the line when we did the development on that car that were thrown at us, and we mastered through all of that. And I just hope that this weekend now we're allowed to also show the full potential of that car. Obviously that depends a little bit on BOP, but I think that this car really can do a lot, and it's still young, so there's still a lot that we can learn with that car, but it definitely got all the ingredients, and we definitely gave it all so that it can perform on track, and I think we're all very much, including the drivers, looking forward to that.
Well, you mentioned the drivers. You can engineer and engineer and engineer. The human aspect, thank goodness, we still have in race cars. You've assembled a team of all talents, quite frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, for us, it was really, we had to come up with this new car. We had to come up with a fantastic driver lineup, and I think we've got it. I mean, obviously, we carried over from last year John Edwards and Alexander Sims, who were in the program last year as well. And as permanent drivers, we got a very good new addition with Carlo De Filippi, a great in GT racing already. And I'm really proud that we could promote Jesse Krohn from our junior program into this works program. And obviously, on the long distance races, when you look at the support we get then with Nicky Katzborg, with Philipp Eng, with Augusto Farfus, and who's hiding? Bill, our brand ambassador Bill, 400 great events under his belt. I think this is really the best driver lineup in GT you can have in pit lane, and I'm really proud that we have those guys here this weekend, and they're definitely going to put their hearts and soul into this car over the weekend.
No pressure on the drivers then when Jens says that. Gentlemen, for the time being, thank you very much indeed, but please stay around as we welcome, and I'd ask you to put your hands together. You can warm your hands up a little bit as we welcome our 2018 driving teams for the 2018 season here in IMSA in this brand new car. Put your hands together for the drivers, ladies and gents. Come on forward, stand at the back of the car. Oh, see, they've thrown me a curveball by coming from two different directions as well. Bill Oberlin, come on down first of all, stand in the spotlight. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Oberlin, 400 victories for BMW completed at Petit Le Mans. 400 victories, come on. The team building exercise needs working on there, chaps. Bill, congratulations on that mammoth victory at Petit Le Mans last year, clocking up 400 out of. I know that if you were in Major League Baseball, you'd be batting well over 500. I think over 535 or something like that, which would put you in the Hall of Fame. When you started, was that in the back of your mind that you might do 400 races, never mind 400 wins?
No, never. I mean, when I started racing, it was about love and the passion for the sport. Never thought you could make a living doing it. Then you look forward after all these years. I raced a Mazda and kind of moved through the ranks. And to be with BMW now, my 22nd year, that is fully a dream come true. And to still continue and be in what is an amazing new addition to the lineup. I'm just grateful to be part of it.
401 this weekend? That'd be nice.
401 would be very nice. I mean, you know, just when you think BMW can't make a better car, it gets better. And it is better, better, better. And from every aspect, front to back, this is the best car I've ever driven in GT by miles. We just need a little bit of luck. It's so new. Hopefully it all holds together like it should, but it won't be for lack of trying. These guys have burned the midnight oil, I mean, for months now. They don't ever sleep. I'm convinced of it. And everybody's trying their best. And you look at this driver lineup, that's as good as you can get in this world. And I'm glad to be a part of it.
Bill Oberlin, ladies and gentlemen. Bill, thanks very much. Let's have John Edwards. John, come on up. Come on, John. Well, Bill gave you the big build-up there. So just as he always does, just a small matter of 24 hours this weekend on a circuit that is a unique challenge in IMSA competition.
It really is, and I think it's not just a challenge because it's a 24-hour race. It's a challenge because it's our first race of the season. You know, we don't just roll in with a couple of 100-minute races like we have at Long Beach, or a typical 2-hour, 40-minute race that you have at most of the season. we roll out with the biggest race of the year, the Daytona 24-hour, and we're debuting a brand new car here. So as Bill said, these guys have been working nonstop. And when you look at this car, I mean, Jens mentioned the aero, the powertrain, but besides that, just the detail that has been thought about in the systems and the issues we faced with the M6 and the Z4 and the limitations we had on those systems, we can solve almost every problem from the steering wheel down in this car. And that takes a huge feat of engineering. So, you know, aside from your typical go fast aspects of the car, there's a huge level of thought and development that's put into in this thing, and hopefully it'll pay off for us on Sunday.
Best of luck, drive safely, enjoy. John Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Jesse Kron up. Jesse, come on up. First of all, congratulations on being promoted up from the junior side of things into the senior squad. This is a baptism of fire in every respect, because the competition in GT Le Mans isn't getting any easier, and you're up against some fantastic opposition.
Yeah, well, it doesn't get any better than this. Getting up to the GTLM class with all the factory drivers, there's no weak links in any driver lineup. So being part of it with BMW is absolute dream come true, and coming through the ranks, starting from the junior program and ending up here, it's just something you can only dream about.
Big smile on your face. I mean, that's genuine, isn't it? You're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, look at it. anyone who gets to drive it, it's absolutely amazing. It looks amazing. It drives amazing. It has every aspect of a great race car, and with these guys sharing the car, it's gonna be an enjoyable race.
Enjoy it. Hope you get a great result. Jesse Kron, ladies and gentlemen. Connor De Filippi, let's have you up next. Come on, Connor. Happy New Year, mate. I haven't seen you since then. This endurance racing thing, you've kind of got the hang of this rather quickly, haven't you?
Yeah, certainly. It's you know, I had my first taste of it in about 2013. But yeah, every year getting more and more of a chance to get more experience into the belts. And last year finally checked off one of my first big endurance win, which was nice. And now hopefully I'm able to bring that experience and add to the puzzle here with my new home. Plenty of guys have more experience than myself, like Bill and John, and hopefully, yeah, over the next 12 months at this new place I can call home, I can tap into that knowledge and try to add a bit myself.
I get a real genuine feeling. We've been here for a little while this afternoon doing rehearsals and talking about what was going to go on, but I do get a real genuine feeling that there's a real, not just a team spirit, but almost a family spirit between the 8 of you drivers.
Absolutely. No, it's kind of like a little brotherhood we have, not like a little BMW version of Boy Scouts, I guess. But heck, I mean, John,
who's pitching the tent?
John even got me to move to Charlotte, so I mean that's a pretty close bond we have there. But no, it's really great. I think I've been fortunate in the past to have a good bond with a lot of my teammates, but this kind of has gone further past teammates to a whole range of drivers that are all on the same team with the same goal in mind, and that's to win. And when the green flag drops on Saturday, that'll be the only goal in mind.
Good luck. Have a good one. Let's have Alex up next. Alexander Sims. Come on, sir. Get a bit chilly here, so we'll rattle through these. Good. What are you looking forward to the most this weekend then? Just getting started?
Yeah, I mean, there's only really one thing happening this weekend that we're interested in, and that's obviously the race. So that's the forefront of our minds. Yeah.
So doing practice qualifying, that's what, just a necessary transit step to getting towards the green flag on Saturday afternoon?
I think that's honestly, yeah, I think that's the situation. We obviously understand the importance of doing that, and you've got to refine everything and keep making progress, but the race is the ultimate goal and what we're working towards. But yeah, just really looking forward to getting the season started in the M8. As everyone said, awesome car, and yeah, can't wait.
Good luck. Be safe. Next up, Nick Katzberg. Come on, Nick. Nick was the sensible one and brought all of his jackets, brought all of his clothes with him. The point's been made a number of times that this is a very, very new project. Getting miles underneath the wheels is clearly important to do, but you've got a race to do this weekend. So what mindset do you go into this race in? Is it a 24-hour test, or are you going out to race?
Well, it's always a bit of a cliche to say the race is very long, but I think we do have to approach it like that. And definitely not a test. We had a lot of testing under our belt so far, so we're definitely going to race and racing to win, but you have to take it in a long race like this.
Has the car surprised you in a positive way, and if so, what? Everybody's talking about how it's a big step forward. In which way is it a big step forward from a driver's point of view? What are you feeling from this car, and what makes you smile when you drive it?
Well, I must say there's a lot of things, but the main thing for me that stands out is the sheer power of the engine. One of the first times I drove it, there was so much power from the engine, and it's just really awesome.
Wish you all the best at the weekends. In Catsburg, ladies and gentlemen. Philip Aing, let's get you through. Welcome to Daytona. It will be warmer at the weekend, I promise. How much experience have you got in this car? Have you been able to do some testing?
Fortunately, yes. I was involved in the project from the very beginning, so this has been the first time I've been in a complete development phase of a race car, which was very, very cool. I spent lots of hours and sweat inside this cockpit, and I just hope it pays off, not only here, but in the rest of this year.
So you know this car probably as well as anybody who's going to be driving it this weekend. What help and advice are you going to be able to give to the guys who perhaps haven't had quite as much seat time as you so far?
Well, I think if you look at all of them, I think nobody needs any advice, not from my person. That's pretty clear. But yeah, I think the car is just really enjoyable to drive. Driver comfort is very good. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to get it out of the pit lane and race hard.
We wish you all the best in that endeavour. Thanks very much. And last but by no means least, we started off with a man who lives, eats and breathes BMW in Bill Oberlin, and Augusto Farfus. We could say exactly the same about you. Come on, Augusto, stand forward. Great to have you here, sir. There is nothing like Daytona and the Rolex Daytona 24 Hours back in Europe. Are you looking forward to this challenge?
Yeah, I mean, Daytona is kind of the start of the year, so we are always keen to come because there is always something new to try. There's always a new challenge for us. I do like a lot the circuit. It's one of the highlights for me on the year, especially this year. Starting off with the new M8 is going to be pretty unique. So, yeah.
So banking or infield? Where's the advantage for the M8 GTE?
Everywhere. Now, of course, we after all this years with the Z4 and the M6, of course, BMW came up with a brand new project, and we managed to kind of get the best of everything. So, as Bill said, the car is a piece of art, and I think we just have to really get to the race. And I can't wait, to be honest. I'm really excited about it.
I love this enthusiasm. You guys are all professional racing drivers, but there's a genuine enthusiasm about getting this car out after its development phase and actually going and racing it now.
Yeah, you know, we had a long year by running, testing, trying, little issues here and there, and then finally you start getting to the final car, and now here it is. So of course we are all excited to get on track and to actually race the car, because there is a big difference between testing and racing. So finally we do get the chance to race it. We have a long year in front of us. We're going to have also Le Mans later on. So and Daytona, it is a big race. It's one of the biggest races in the world. So for us to have a great start, a great debut of this car is extremely important, not for only as a driver, also BMW. So we can't wait.
We can't wait to see you out on the track. Augusto, thanks very much indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, will you put your hands together, please, for our driving talent, also our principals. Isn't it lovely to hear the genuine enthusiasm that you've just had from these guys? They drive for a living. They still want to get in this car. They want to go racing. It's brilliant to have that kind of passion. And the ultimate driving machine brings that passion out, I think, in all of us. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. From now on, we're going to line the guys up. We can help you get some group photographs, and there'll be opportunities to have a few questions. I'll tell you what, shall we do a few questions first before we do the photographs? Yes, I think so. Anybody want to ask a question, and I'll dive in? Hopefully somebody next to one of the big flames so I can get my hands warm again. No? Well, I must have asked all the right questions for once. That may be the only time in my professional career that's been the case. Right, well in that case, gentlemen, if Bill, if you want to start organising the guys around the back of the car, etc., for some photographs for the ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming tonight. Have a great weekend. enjoy the Rolex 24 at Daytona. 107.9 FM for the commentary from IMSA Radio, of course. We'll try and keep you up to date with everything that's happening as we bring you every single session of the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship here at Daytona, and for the full season, of course, coming to you live from our trackside commentary team. Thanks for supporting the sport that I love, and have a great weekend and a great season too here as part of the IMSA Championship. Thank you very much indeed. Gentlemen, if you'd like to gather